With over 20 years of history, RuneScape's had its fair share of wacky and iconic Easter eggs, and chances are you've probably seen most of them. But today, I want to focus on the rarest and most obscure facts that are sure to leave you scratching your head. I'm Zorte, and I'm counting down super secret facts and Easter eggs in old school RuneScape. I'm kicking things off with a lesser known Easter egg surrounding the potion item. This can be obtained as a drop from imps, as a failure reward from the gauntlet chest, or through a 50-50 chance by asking the apothecary for a free sample in Varrock. Examining the potion gives the text, "This is meant to be good for spots," spots being a British word for acne. By then traveling to the edges of the desert in Sophonim, you can find various townsfolk suffering from acne, who give some humorous hidden dialogue when the potion is used on them. You've got workers angry that you'll ruin their sick leave, vendors deeply offended by your gesture, and the priests, among others, worried that the potion might spill and ruin their ornate robes. The Giant Dwarf is a quest that was released in 2005, and it's needed to gain access to the dwarven city of Kildegrim. The quest requirements are quite low, making it a popular choice to tackle for early and mid-game players. One of the quest steps requires that you speak to the sword shop owner Santiri, who normally requests that you seek help to repair a battle axe. But as Reddit user Berserker RS found out last year, 16 years after the quest originally released, if you happen to already have 99 smithing when you take part in this quest, you'll get this secret dialogue from Santiri instead. If you've ever ventured into the depths of the wilderness to explore, you've probably encountered the exquisite boss that is the Chaos Elemental. But did you know that you're not the only one, and by walking the ditch along the entrance to the wilderness, you can find various signs plastered with the monster's image warning you about its existence. Desert Treasure is a classic old school quest that sees you exploring the far regions of the world map to return 4 gems to the pyramid in the desert. Along your journey, you may encounter a mysterious stranger who can spawn and attack you at any time you've got one of these gems in your possession. It's lesser known though, that this stranger is so persistent that he'll even follow you into random events in his effort to steal your precious gems. In Western Falador exists the Rising Sun Inn, which is also home to a bar run by Kaylee, Emily, and Tina. If you happen to find yourself chatting up the bartenders with an empty glass in your inventory, the bartenders will have this secret dialogue option. The Varrock sewers were always a mysterious and iconic RuneScape location for me back in my free-to-play RuneScape days. Despite spending dozens of hours in this underground maze, I never noticed this Minotaur image engraved in the brick walls, which was just found by Reddit user Ongogachi earlier this year. It's well known that the cats of RuneScape make excellent pets. From obtaining spices to death runes, cats offer various benefits to players. While your furry friend is adept at hunting rats, you might also find yourself in the depths of the Calphite Hive, where your wily cat can also exterminate Calphite larvae if prompted. In Eastern Varrock, a street sweeper works hard to keep the pathways clean, and if you drop a pile of ashes in front of him, you'll find that he quickly sweeps them up, though you may have just made yourself an enemy for life. The Wise Old Man is a mysterious character who lives in the quiet village of Draenor. Inside his house, you can find various books on many subjects, including one explaining linear functions. While we're talking about the Wise Old Man, he also offers a minigame to players where he requests that you bring him a random item, for which he might reward you with gems, runes, herbs, or other lovely junk. Meanwhile in Falador, attempting to light a fire just beyond the northern city gate gives players this strangely threatening message from the dwarves. If you're enjoying today's video so far, could you please drop me a quick like? I also put out a ton of unique old school content, so if more videos in your sub box sounds good to you, a sub is always appreciated. Thank you. Almost all old school players have played the pest control minigame at some point. Whereas the minigame usually ends by all portals being slain, or with the Void Knight falling, if you manage to defend the Knight for the full 20 minutes without defeating the portals, you'll be presented with this unique message. It's no secret that the barbarians of Gielinor love their drinking, so much so that attempting to use an empty glass on one of their kegs will cause the barbarians to become enraged and attack you. Although it requires very special circumstances, it is possible to die within a random event, and if you manage to do so during the Gravedigger event, Leo will have this special message to say to you. On the outskirts of Spooky Draenor Manor, it's actually possible to chop various trees through the fence, in case that was something that you wanted to do for some reason. In Sears Village, if you convert the bank shutters to Morse code, the text actually spells out items. Veos, the mysterious NPC who shuttles you from Port Sarim to Zaya, will give you a secret mini-quest if you use some wolf bones on him. Veos tells you a story about his late pet wolf, who was overcome by foxes near Releka. If you then make your way to the Sinclair Mansion and slay foxes across the river, you'll eventually receive Copper's Collar as a drop. Returning this to Veos completes the mini-quest in which Veos expresses his gratitude for returning this long-lost relic. Zenaris is a rather strange and odd place within RuneScape. Should you enter the marketplace by paying a diamond as the entry fee and then make your way to the far corner, you'll find an unusual one-way fairy ring which teleports you just behind the Al-Kharid Bank. I'm sure some area-locked account will find a use for this someday. Although an adept warrior against pesky vermin, if you take your pet cat to the Barrows Catacombs and instruct it to attack a crypt rat, the cat will decline. If you continue to insist, your cat will become angry and attack you instead. If you talk to the scimitar salesman in Al-Kharid, you can ask about obtaining a dragon scimitar. He'll then reference the monkeys of Apatol and even the Monkey Madness quest itself. Do you have a deep disdain for the cannons in Barbarian Assault? Well, you're in luck, because they have hidden HP bars, and with enough persistence and splash damage, you can manage to take them out. The Ring of Wealth has passive effects that can automatically pick up coins for you and give you increased access to the rare drop table, but it also has a hidden effect that will cause you to receive increased feathers when you defeat the evil chicken. Happy feather farming, I guess. By wearing a Firewatch outfit and talking to Farmer Gricola in the Tithe Farm lobby, you'll receive some amusing hidden dialogue about the minigame not being that kind of tithe farming. The perk of the Slayer Cape is that you have a 10% chance to repeat the task that you just completed. But what happens if you complete a task, block it, then roll that 10% chance to get it again? Well, as Phone Man found out, Jagex thought of that and will throw you a completely different task just in case. Are you lacking favor for your Kingdom of Miscellanea? Well, did you know that you can purchase flowers from the flower girl in the courtyard for a chance at being rewarded with favor? Chances are, you've probably heard the meme, "Did you talk to Oziak?" when you go dry on a drop. But have you ever wondered where that came from? Turns out, if you speak to Oziak with an anti-dragon shield equipped, you'll receive additional dialogue options, where Oziak reveals the existence of the Draconic Visage. In the early days of RuneScape, it was thought that this conversation was a requirement before you could receive a Visage as a drop. In the underground city of Dorgish Khan, you can make your way to the southern tunnel system, where hidden amongst the maze-like agility course are a set of doors that lead you to the Calphite lair. Should you find yourself on Karamja and in need of a cool drink, you might purchase some Karamja rum from the local bar. But if you then make your way to the volcano and enter the Tizar area, the rum will explode and deal you damage. This was a lure used against level 3 skillers back in the day. Lumbridge is full of tutors ready to help new players learn about new skills in RuneScape. But if you speak with the cooking tutor with 99 cooking, you'll get this unique dialogue. This dialogue is so obscure that a typo still exists 17 years later. Maybe just leave that one in, Jagex. Let me know what your favorite Easter egg was and if you'd like to see a part 2. And if you enjoyed, then please consider leaving me a like and a sub for more unique old school content in your sub box. See you next time.